Less than a minute gone and they are inches away. Doughty will stumble, then he will hand it on. Looks how close they are and they have gone over. Within a minute, we said Onkaparinga would come out quickly. They have, and that is the first try of the game. Watson will show instead. Make half a yard afterwards. Now Onkaparinga, and Tanaki will go over. Tanaki will score. Burnside in red time. And again to Adcock. Adcock will find Finney. Finney will put the foot down. Finney, I think he's got over.
Gibson's made the gap. Here we go. Look at that. Yeah, good movement. Great move, just good running line. Paddy. Oh, here we go. Big gap.
Big gap. Oh,
Well done.
well done. He tried it, just it.
He will turn around. Now he's going to put the toe down. He's going to take those shields. He'll go over the left-hand corner. Right, really going to push away now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Kensington Oval. As usual, my name is Dave Webb and I'm joined in commentary today by Henry Hamilton.
Great to be here.
Yeah, you pull in a double shift, Henry. We've just done one game, we're about to do another one.
Bit of overtime.
Yes, time and a half now, mate.
Yeah, you know my rates, don't you?
Yeah, time and a half. Yeah, you're all good now. Saturday rates and everything.
If I ask you for something.
Well, they're about to go, aren't they? 1st of July. Penalty rates. Oh, danger of being political. I'm going to stop. So, 1 versus 2. Onkaparinga taking on Burnside. Burnside sat on top of the table at the moment. They are. We haven't seen them for a while, and I'm trying to think of the. Well, actually, the last time we saw them was the monsoon game down at
Old Coles.
At Old Coles, which they won by 3 points.
Yeah.
Another interesting one. One of the ones. There's Wally the dog. Wally the dog is out and back and. New this year, Wally the dog.
Yep, brand new. So he's obviously going back to the Blue Heeler days of Burnside.
Yeah, we're loving the fact that you have. I'll tell you what else I'm liking. The girls have made the tunnel for them, which is really
great.
cool. That's really good. Girls coming off a big win, 60 points to nil. Well, was it 60, 67, 60?
60.
That was around there. It was a number.
It was a big one.
It was a big number. It was certainly a bonus point win for them.
Yep, they're definitely going to celebrate tonight.
Well, they certainly will. And your partner, Portia
Bradley.
Portia Bradley got a try on her birthday, so happy birthday to that young lady. But anyway, let's concentrate on the big boys now. Burnside sat on the top of the table, and I think for the first time in a long time, they sat on top of the table by their own right and not just on points difference. I think that's been the kind of year that we've had.
Yeah.
So they are 2 points clear at the moment, and their points difference isn't as good as Onkaparinga's. It would be all change at the top if Onkaparinga can win today. But the other one to look at is that if Onkaparinga lose and Brighton win, Brighton will go into that second spot.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a big game today. So, look, good luck to both sides, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so Burnside coming out onto the field. Well, I was talking to someone, and his name escapes me, who I was talking to at the beginning, and he said, competition is so close. Now, if we stop this season right now, as it was, with Burnside top, Onka's second, Brighton third, Old Coles fourth, and we went into that as a final series, you couldn't call it. Like, normally you look at it and you go, okay, yeah, I'll have Brighton would beat Burnside in the first. Brighton would beat Old Coles in the 3 and 4, and Burnside might beat Onka's in the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
This year you can't say that.
No, there's
like, you
nothing
go into
separating them.
You go into it, and Old Coles realistically can knock off Burnside.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
The top 4 are so competitive at the moment, and Souths aren't a million miles away.
No, it's a real close ladder this year. I know last year, Burnside had a real good run and lost the last game.
I remember it well. I was there.
Yeah. But no, this year definitely a lot closer. But it makes for some great rugby no matter the team that's playing.
Well, Onkaparinga won't know what's hit them when they run out here, and there's no pyrotechnics. That was fantastic last week. They certainly laid the gauntlet down. I can't believe Burnside didn't get anything sorted in a week.
Yeah, well, I might have to speak to Wally about that. There might be a couple of fire hazards with that tree or something to find out.
Yeah. It's a beautiful oval, Kensington Oval. So out come Onkaparinga back in the old yellow and black, black and red hoops. Jeez, that's good. I think I won't be allowed at Onkas anymore. Back in the hoops after the all red of last week. I had like $3,500 for his number 9 jersey last week. They auctioned all the jerseys off.
Yeah.
$3,500 for the number 9 jersey.
Well, fundraiser, I hope.
Well, yeah, that's an incredible amount of money. Well, $3,500 we get you is a new all red kit next year.
Yeah.
We want to bring it back. I don't mind the Burnside's jerseys the last couple of years. They've gone back to the double blues.
Yeah, we had more of a league style jersey there for a little bit.
Some shockers for a little bit, Burnside.
Yeah, but back to the hoops, that's what we want to see.
So we are about ready to go. Our man in the middle today will be Phil Jones, assisted by Paul Ridley, and Ben Ridley, Paul's his dad. He actually told me, I actually spoke to him and he said, just a reminder, his name's Benjamin. And Tristan over there on the far side. So we get ready to go. Little bit of an injury impact, I think, for Onkaparinga. I haven't even been given a bench for them today. I think they will have just dragged all of the healthy people from second grade.
Yeah.
But certainly Burnside ready to go. Keanu Alipo will be in at the 10 and we will start us off. He's been very impressive over the last couple of weeks.
Oh, very handy.
I don't think we've seen him in the 10 role. Hodgson started there and then Rahali took over the last time we saw him. So we are underway from Kensington Oval. Doughty in at halfback. Sends it out. First line break by Onkaparing and Meredith. What can he do? Does enough. Goes backwards. But no, the knock-on was there. First line break of the day, very, very early on. A little bit of a warning sign for the boys in double blue.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to have to step up a little bit there. So hopefully they tighten that up straight away, and that's the last we see of it.
The return of the Sea Dog in the second row. Callum Walton has returned.
Big Sea Dog back from New Zealand.
Going on holiday during a rugby season, though.
Yeah, that's a fine.
Yeah, terrible. First scrum of the day. Ashenford will put it in, goes down, it's available at the back. No one said anything, off we go. Keanu, good line, decides to go around the back. Burnside going backwards a little bit, out to Walton. Walton will send it on one more to Sambrook. Then there's that's Sambrook who puts his foot down, breaks through a couple of tackles, works hard, gets into the 22. Support is there from Burnside. Ashenford will have an option in Keanu. Keanu sends it out to Marshall. Marshall fires it along the line. Oh, Matt Benger thought about it. I think he might have heard footsteps at that point, Matt Benger.
Yeah, just a little bit panicked there with those passes, but no, they were looking good. Great line from Kieran to break through there.
So I wasn't sure who the first player was who gave that offload to Sambrook. So scrum time.
Crouch.
Onka's ball.
Set.
Doughty will put it in. Good, strong scrum from Burnside. Makes all sorts of mess of it. Devine, under all sorts of pressure, does well enough. Doughty got hit, and then we'll just put it on the boot and get rid of it. Out to Meredith. Meredith runs hard and straight. Beats the first one. Gets his support behind him. Off they go again. Keanu onto Marshall. Marshall will wriggle through, gets his hands free, couldn't get the offload off. Ashenford to Keanu, out to Sambrook. Sambrook tries to step out of the tackle, can't manage it. Clean out is there. Out to Walton. Walton will straighten. Marshall in at first receiver, will send it on to Samuel. Ashenford back onto this side. Just picked out the back by Walton. Keanu had to come and help him out. Out to Marshall. Marshall just steps back into the safety of the forwards. Big counter ruck. Out to Samuel. Samuel gets his hands free, throws it out the back. Burnside with numbers over there in Burnside corner, working really hard. And they have gone into touch. Tristan Clements over there. Someone wasn't happy with that, Esky.
Happy with that tackle?
So, after a shaky little start, Burnside have started to put a little bit of pressure on. Onkaparinga don't want to end up behind. They can't let Burnside jump out like they did with Old Collegians last week.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Burnside definitely turned around and started bringing the heat a bit, which is always good.
Burnside will steal one. Little pick and drive.
Fine.
Out to Keanu, little show inside. Question about high, arm is up, Brendan Harding. Pop through the middle. Burnside going again. Nothing doing there. Out to the left-hand side, between the legs by Walton. And Walton will give out an assist to a try that he will talk about for years to come.
Oh, wow. Can't be letting Callum do that.
And Marshall will score the try.
Barney's just came right over the shoulder there, yeah? Thanks.
So there was a high tackle in there, just a little bit of a lazy one, nothing major.
On the 5, thanks.
So Keanu has started well.
Good, thank you.
Nice distribution. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him.
No, he's great. He's one of the young ones. He played up when I coached under 18s a couple of years back.
Yeah, so Blair Marshall getting over the line and Walton with the lovely skills between the legs. Nice to see Chris Walton back.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, totally agree.
So Keanu sends it on its way.
Nice kick.
Nice kick from the referee. The flags go up. 5 minutes gone. Burnside 7, Onkaparinga 0 on the Wojtek scoreboard. Been very impressive. One of the most impressive things is that, well, I've talked about Harrison Rahali and how impressed I was with him down at Old Collegians. You got 2 youngsters.
Yeah, we got a
fighting
couple.
for that first 5 position, and then obviously you've got Chris Hodgson as well. He's in there. I'm not sure. He under an injury cloud at the moment?
Where is he? Yeah, I think he is, yeah.
Doughty with an excellent restart. Gathered in by Onkaparinga. Divine. He will make a line break. Then we'll keep going. Gets his hands free. Marshall has to come and marshal it himself. Doughty sends it out. Big miss pass out. Little bit of time and space for Liam Wall.
Leave it now.
All sorts of appealing from the Burnside players. Then another little pick and drive. Doughty has to try and dig it out of there.
Got to release it.
And Walton again likes to put the ball on the boot.
Who's isolated?
Yeah.
Likes to roll back the years, especially when the camera's here.
That's it. Well, I used to play number 10 and 12.
Had a
back in the
very
day.
cultured left foot when he was playing under
Yeah.
16s and under 18s.
Really good.
I think he was a little bit out of practice now.
On the 5, guys.
But he
please.
certainly loves to throw it on the hoof every now and again.
Yeah, he's definitely not shy to.
On the 5.
So penalty on the 5. And Keanu Ilipa will send it down the line.
Yep.
So Burnside lineup.
Hang on, time.
Just a reminder again that we run a running clock.
Come on. Go.
There is time off in the Premier Grade. Walton sends it out to Keanu. Keanu with a delayed ball to Meredith. Meredith makes a couple of yards after contact, still going. That would be a maul. It's got to come now. Can Onkers keep it in? Use it once. There's a lot of... That's a mess, and I don't think it's going to come back the Burnside way.
Still moving.
Still moving forward. Is it going to come out? Still going. Onkers have nicked it.
There it is. Play it, Red.
Heard the. I don't want to hear the appealing for a knock on.
No, not from the
He
players.
can see it.
Didn't see him. I didn't see him kick it.
He can see it. Let him ref it.
That's it. It comes down to discipline at the end of the day. You might have the thought, but keep it as a thought.
Also, the amount of time that it takes you to appeal for something, you should be doing something else.
That's it.
Grumpy coach, Dave.
Blue ball.
So Burnside scrum, and they have moved it off Donald Bradman patch. I had actually had a little bit of a walk on Donald Bradman patch. It's solid. It's holding together, but it's hard and slippy.
Bind.
So Burnside put into the scrum. Ashenford has Keanu out to this near side. Meredith out to the far side. He will go to Keanu. Keanu drops it off inside.
Let it come, Blue.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I thought they were in danger of giving away a penalty. Ormsby working hard in that 13 role. No halfback, so the other Ormsby has to come in. Counter ruck comes.
No hands, good. It's fine.
Takiri will pick it up. Doughty will send it towards Devine. Devine missed it, but it's gone backwards. Doughty out to the right again.
Downside.
Ormsby
Good.
nudges it down into that corner. Green
Outside.
picks it out of the air, then puts it down the line. Wall will send it to Ormsby. Ormsby cannot beat Meredith, and sends it out to Doughty. Doughty has that charge down.
No.
Asking for a knock on. That was a definite charge down. I know it's a grey area, but that one was a charge down.
Leave it now.
Whoa, did well to get away with that one. Wall, short ball, great short ball. Samuel has to make the tackle.
Easy, easy.
Certainly wouldn't want to be landed on by Freddie Samuel on Don Bradman patch. Fair amount of humour, Fred Samuel.
Yeah, he's a big one. Good to see Curtis still out there for Onkers as well. Played some state rugby with him back in the day.
Just there, thanks guys.
It is a completely different look to this Onkaparinga side to the one we had last week. Got Kane Golding on one wing, Troy Wilkins on the other, Liam Wall back at fullback.
Bind.
No Kurt McKinley. I wonder whether that's a repeat of his hamstring issue. Ashenford, they do look blind. Doughty does well.
No, play on. Soft blue.
Ashenford might have dodged a little bit of a bullet. Out to Keanu. Keanu will send it into midfield. Big loopy pass out to Meredith. Meredith takes on Wall.
Too high.
It was a little bit high. It was over the shoulder. Keanu will drop it back to Walton. Sorry. Now Burnside starting to put the phases together. Keanu wants to send it that way. Not unhappy with the decision making from the young man. Out the back to Samuel. Wow, massive contact between Samuel and Gerd. No advantage coming. That's a big hit from Rhys Gerd.
Oh, he loves them. He's been doing that since as long as I remember.
We talked about it last week. That's the stuff we want to see. Freddie Samuel, we literally just stopped talking about the fact that he's a big unit. And Rhys Gerd made it look like he was stopping an under 8.
Oh, they're crazy.
I would have taken
No, the strength and courage that Rhys has is something different, so good on him. I knew he was going to hang up the boots at the start of this season. Glad to see he hasn't.
Walton at 4, not straight.
They drop one.
As much as I dislike the appealing, I also dislike people being called ref.
Yeah, it's
been Sir as long as I can remember. I'm a stickler for some of my traditions.
Crouch.
So Doughty will put this ball into an Onkaparinga scrum.
Bind.
Outside the 22, so no real kicking exit plan. Again, Burnside just dominant. Devine has to pick up. Doughty to Ormsby. Ormsby will send a bouncing ball to Golding. Golding does well. Steps out the first one and rolls out of the second one. Third one doesn't get him either. Just can't give it Ormsby was there. Wall has got hold of it. Marshall in at first receiver again. Had it stolen off him a little bit by Keanu. Rolls reversed somewhat there. Lamsam steps back inside, takes on Golding. Marshall with a big run. Ashenford showed it to him, then went. Might have got himself isolated, but luckily for him, there was no advantage from the lock on. And yeah, big Blair Marshall on that line. Ashenford's got to give it to him. No point in him getting tied up in it.
That's it, especially when he's hitting the line at that speed.
That's something we've not really seen from Blair Marshall this year, is that his big, rangy open field running. He's done a lot of the engine room work.
Yep.
I haven't seen him, you know, really get his legs free. I don't know whether he's been doing it away from our cameras, but used to seeing him galloping away last year, and not so much this year.
Yeah, look, he's done a lot of work off the ball, which is, at the end of the day, probably more important than what you do on the ball.
Again, dominant from Burnside. Oh, Doughty was in there very, very early. Done enough. Marshall has to work very, very hard to get it to come back. They do get it to come back. Out to Sandbrook. Sandbrook will get the arms free. Then we'll send it out one more to the winger.
Barker, that is.
Tony Barker. Again, they've swapped shirts on me. I do wish they wouldn't. Walton. Couple more. Out to Marshall. Marshall will show, then go. Wanted to send it, didn't have the option. Penalty on Onkaparinga, not releasing.
No, he wasn't. He was on his feet to start with. He should have won it before he went off his feet.
That's an interesting call. I like it. I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
He would have won it if he'd let it go.
That's it.
I like it.
7-8. Right?
Well done, Phil Jones. Doughty will send them to around the halfway. Yep.
Dead on.
Tristan Clements, it's a trick, you see. You don't need to make a mark then.
Yep.
Use the line.
That's it.
Put your head.
Good ball to Devine. Doughty off the top to Ormsby, to Gerd. Gerd will drop it back inside. That's a great tackle in the midfield, but off they go again. Gerd slips it to Wall. Wall will send it one to Golding. Golding will put the foot down. Gets through the first one. Lemsem does very, very well. He's in danger of all sorts of problems. Then just gave him a cuddle. Devine goes. Oh, excellent jackling work. Kind of rushed the out. Takiri will go again. Doughty out to Ormsby. Ormsby will send it on.
No, Blue, not now. Use it.
Doughty happy to slow it down a bit. Sends it into midfield. Doughty happy to go the other way. Keeping them in midfield. Really testing this Burnside defence now. Little show and go from Ormsby. Makes a couple of yards.
Fine.
Now it's gone out onto that far side to Wilkins. Wilkins gets his hands free. Sends it to Wall. Wall corralled it in, then made another couple of yards. Now they've got time and space. Golding is out here. Can they shift it? Devine. Good line speed from Burnside. Still on out here if they can get it going. They don't want it. Doughty wants to go to the right-hand side. Out to Ormsby. They go right again. Intercepted though by Walton. Burnside have it.
Tackle.
Doughty has been impressive in this opening 17 minutes.
Yeah, he's massive for Onkers.
Hold on.
Oh, under pressure. Oh no, I thought we were going to play that on, but there was a couple of Burnside fans over that far side who were just offering their opinion. Just offering the opinion to the referee. Troy Doughty will have been stung by last week. That would have hurt. He probably wouldn't have told many people.
Yep.
But that would have hurt him last week. He'll come out today with a point to prove. He will want to come out here and prove to everyone that watched last week that he can be better.
Yeah, yeah. So, no, he's got a big game ahead of him.
Set.
Ball comes in. Ashenford at the back. This time Doughty can't go because they're moving forward. That is a gigantic scrum from Burnside. Penalty advantage. We could have seen a pushover try from 40 metres out.
Yeah, that was great. That's strong rugby.
I know I've talked about points and I know I've talked about kicking. Now, I would talk about the scrum. Take the scrum, punish them.
Yeah, definitely.
Walk it another 10 metres. I think I did hear Callum Walton's voice come in there saying, no, let's think about the scrum again. But points win premierships.
That's it. So, the NRL last night were definitely going for points.
They kept square. The Onkaparinga scrum just disintegrated around them. Now, Tom McCall was on my team sheet. I don't see him out there. Just glancing across to the Onkaparinga bench, I can't see him on that as well. That's a lot of go forward missing.
No, you talk now. Let's play on. Yeah, if he doesn't, if he misses. Yeah. I've told him to stay out of the gap, okay, and he did. Yeah, I'm watching that.
It was an interesting one. Doughty's been in very, very early. I think the one before that last scrum, he was actually in the back of the scrum before the ball had come out. Got away with it though. I mean, the halfbacks and number 7s walk a very, very fine line.
Yeah, they love a bit of sneaky play, don't they?
Flag stay down, so it'll be a 22 restart. Should have gone for the scrum.
Yeah, push it over.
That Burnside scrum was absolutely dominant.
Yeah, it's fierce. They got some good depth in all grades of Burnside this year, so.
Doughty drives it deep. Tony Barker had to work hard on it. Has Meredith in support, does well keeping his feet for long enough until his support can get there. Ashenford sends it out to Sambrook. Then they will send it once more onto Louis Fagan. Meredith, nice little slip pass. Ashenford will find Keanu. We'll send it into midfield to Marshall. Ashenford looking this way. Told to go the other way, which he does. This is Keanu who will put his head down and act as the forward. Then it will come to Walton. Walton will delay, then give to Louis Fagan. Louis Fagan takes on Doughty. Doughty does well enough. Penalty.
Off your feet, Red.
This one is kickable as well.
Off your feet. 2 of you.
Penalty. Someone a little bit slow to get up.
Time off.
So while we wait and see what's happening with this one.
When you're already off your feet, that was the problem, okay?
It's been an interesting start. And what I'm really enjoying about Blair Marshall's play, a lot of the games that we've seen him, he acts as a second 5'8".
Yeah.
So there's distribution in midfield from Blair Marshall, and he has, he has a number of options. If he doesn't see what he likes outside, we see him just put his head down and go.
That's it. And also, in doing that, he's got his options inside and outside. So get a nice little forward pack with him and see what happens.
Shot, guys.
So we are going to see Keanu have his second shot at goal.
Right from there.
Or second penalty shot at goal. He's already got his conversion.
Good. Just keep the scrums going as they are, right? They're good. Yep.
Keep the scrums going as they are. They're good. That's a tiny understatement. That's a little bit of an understatement from Phil Jones, our referee. Keanu keeping the headgear on when he kicks. That's controversial.
You don't see that a whole lot, do you?
Strikes it. Flags go up. 2 from 3 for the day. So Doughty will restart. Into this sun, Doughty will cause all sorts of issues. Early scores on the board from around the ground. Souths are leading Brighton 5 points to 0. Onkaparing out onto the right-hand side.
Tackle now! Tackle! Roll blue!
Oh, that's an interesting call, and there's a penalty advantage. Send it out to Devine. Devine will shake off the first one.
Second one, too high.
Second one too high. Another penalty. Kickable penalty.
You had an advantage there as well, okay, Troy? Yep, line, guys. Going for post, sorry. Yep, sorry.
So they are going to kick it.
Captain.
They must keep within range. You know they're going to come out, and you know they're going to have a moment where they'll be better.
Just got to get them
Yeah, that's it. You definitely don't want to get let Burnside get too far ahead of them. It's still a tight game, obviously. 10 points in it. This will see 7.
No scores recorded from Woodville versus Old Coles at the moment. The score we have recorded for Souths and Brighton is Souths leading that one 5 points to 0.
Oh.
It's a little bit of an interesting scoreline so far, if that one's right.
Yeah, well, as you said earlier, the top 5 are all pretty tight.
Doughty sends it on its way. Flags stay down, and we'll start with the 22. Doughty gets incredible height on his restarts, and with this sun in this first half, it's going to be tough to deal with.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that a Burnside tactic, playing to the sun first half, like make the opposition deal with it second half?
It must be, I reckon.
To Keary. Straight and hard. Sits down, Kieran Sambrook. Ormsby sits in at half-back. Doughty with a little chip through, and it will sit up for him. Man out the back to Devine. Devine will put his head down and go. Beats the first one. Back to Doughty. Doughty will run around the outside. Doughty will go over. Miss the penalty, score the try. That's how you do it.
Good try, guys.
Yeah, no, that was really good. Good work, Onkers. That's a nice flick pass out the back there as well.
There was a couple of nice flick passes. Doughty just dribbles it through to himself. Then the little out the back pass, and we've seen Devine in his offloads a while. Little one-handed offload, and then just stands up Tony Barker, and over he will go.
Yeah, starts it and finishes it. Well done.
Thank you, that'll do. Thanks a lot.
I wonder whether that's going to be a permanent move, or whether that was just the victim of circumstance that Doughty found himself at first 5.
Yeah, I think so. So, I don't know, we'll see. They might stick to that.
So miss 3, get 7. That could work.
Pretty good turnaround.
And he's successful with that one.
Well, 3 points in it now.
Lovely work from Doughty to give the pass and then get himself in a support position.
14.
Just a little bit of over pursuit by Tony Barker.
14 to go, yeah.
Looks like a youngster as well.
Yeah, he is. I think he's about 19, I reckon. So his brother's in playing number 6, I reckon, Ollie.
Got a ball, Tris.
Oliver, he's got his proper Sunday name on the score sheet.
Yeah.
So better, 27 points gone, 10 points to 7 on the Voitech scoreboard. Better from Onkaparinga, not letting Burnside get away.
Yeah, keeping it interesting as well, you know, not letting them get too far ahead, keeping it very tight, so.
Great restart by Keanu, good take in the air. Ormsby staying in a halfback, Doughty into first 5.
Just beat it.
Nice ball inside. Now they've got numbers, now there's spaces to go. Advantage for forward, but better from Onkaparinga. This is what we talked about. They seem to have this moment, they don't start very well, then they come back into the game.
That's it. I think Burnside here are going to take a look at this and get that intensity back. They've dropped off just a little, let Onkas in, and Onkas have taken that and get some points on the board.
Let's see whether Onkaparinga have managed to fix anything in the scrum. Doughty's gone back into half-back, defending the scrum. Total rugby.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you stand, play that position. Onkaparinga tried. Now they're looking blind. Meredith will receive from Ashenford. Then he will put it on the boot. Lands inside. It's a foot race. Wilkins gets there. Gets rid of Meredith. Can't beat the second one. In the other Barker. Just stepped through. Counter ruck comes from Burnside.
Attacking ball.
Oh.
That's some good vision from Shawnee there.
Just someone's gone down. I think that's Kane Golding has gone down.
Two of them bowls, things.
Would normally suggest a head clash.
Is that Trent, the second one
They've
down?
actually come back on their side.
No, we had it.
Yeah.
They've dived off their good.
No, they haven't dived off their feet. A couple of them still on their feet. They'd pushed over, counter-rucked. The ball was back on their side, but it wasn't coming clear, so I played the scrum. Yes, correct. And they drove over. I'll have a look at the replay. They drove over, that's why.
Yeah, I just wanted to stay out on that one because it was an interesting one, that one. So it was an Onkaparinga ball, and the counter ruck came, and he's given the scrum Burnside's way.
I guess you just got to play what's in front of you, though. So
subs just coming on, guys. Time's off.
Because it wasn't. I don't know whether it would have come out, and that's the big question. And if you're saying it's unplayable at the bottom of the ruck, then it should be the attacking team's ball, and he's decided that halfway through that ruck, Burnside became the attacking team.
Yeah, well, I don't know, it might have been to do with some momentum.
The ball's in Reece Gird's hands.
Yeah, so a bit flabbergasted. I think Reece is a bit flabbergasted as well.
But kept his patience, good boy.
He'll be back before you have played the scrum, okay?
He still has to go to the screen though. But
well, look, where are we? What are we, like 5-7 meters out? If they could get this right, this is pushover try. This is pushover try territory for Burnside at the moment.
So
how dominant their scrum has been.
I think that's definitely what we're going to see here, is a big push from Burnside.
It's a good look from Burnside. They take that initial shove. You can see Onkaparinga trying to walk it round. Marshall takes on Golding. Big collision. Lamsam has hands on it.
It's a tackle now. Let him go.
Now he's very, very close to the line for Burnside. Ashenford will give it to Sandbrook. Sandbrook will just waltz over. As far as defence goes on, is not going to want to be seen by Colin Ormsby.
No, not at all.
There is nothing there. There was no challenge to Sandbrook. Just as we see that replay. I mean, that's about as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's just not commitment.
Just planted his feet and is reaching.
Yeah.
And you're not going to stop a forward like that.
No, definitely not. It should have been down, shoulder, wrap the arms.
Probably one of the easiest tries that Mr. Sandbrook will score, you would think.
Yeah, it's a shame. Onka's defence was really up there. I'm sure it will be back, but...
What was Troy going on about before?
So I'll try and talk over that. So it's, you know, they're having a discussion between the referees as Keanu will get ready to try and tack on the extras. Didn't even move. Straight over the black dot. 17 points to 7. Just the one blot on his copybook so far.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one to watch. Up and coming, real young boy. And he's got some amazing skill.
Just having a look at that try, and it's just poor defence.
Yeah, nothing else to it.
Fair enough. Thank you.
So Doughty will restart. Another big high kick into the middle this time. Marshall challenged in the air. Advantage for a knock on. Must be off Marshall. Doughty will come back to this near side. Oh, just ripped clean, but no advantage for the knock on.
Be a big contest in this scrum, I'd say. So,
Well,
Here's your mark.
yeah, Onkaparinga seem to have been, well, not that they managed to compete in that last one, I think they just managed to disrupt it and just sort of walked around. So it'll be interesting. These are the points where you're number 8. As soon as that ball is in a position where he can get it, he has to pick it up.
yeah, 100%.
And don't forget, he can go wherever he wants now. If his arms are long enough, he can pick it out the front row.
Yeah.
But no, and there it is, a massive
Yeah.
drive from Burnside. Marshall will pick it up from the back.
Tackle.
Take on Devine. Walton takes on a couple more. Shouts of go left to Marshall. Ashenford to Walton. Walton with a little show, then he will go. Ashenford out to Keanu. Keanu will shift it. Then a short ball to Lamsam. Lamsam will make a couple of yards and get rid to Keanu. He will put the foot down. Excellent tap tackle. Then the covering tackle comes across. Arms out for a penalty. Lamsam will pick it up. Short ball
Vantage, high tackle.
to Barker. Then it will go out to the left-hand side. Another one that looked like it might have been high. Now they've slowed it down, settled it down. Another little pick and go. Lots of shouting over there. Time off, I think we're going to talk. They can't see anything from as far as I can see.
I've got an advantage.
I think we're looking at an advantage for a high tackle back. So no try, so we're going to come back.
High tackle.
So if the high tackle is the one where he was one-on-one, there might also be, oh no, he's gone for the second one.
Scrum.
So we just have a look at this one, because if he's giving a penalty, there's an excellent offload from Lamsam. The tap tackle that comes in is incredible. He gets up, and I think he's given a high tackle for that one. If there's no covering defender and you give the penalty, you take that player out of the game. Does he go over?
Yeah, well, I think he was pretty close there.
I mean, that's my thing. I like penalty tries.
Yeah.
Anyway, Burnside, solid again. They will want to push over try today. Still in there. Onka's managed to hold the ground. Ball is out, and Onka's will nick it. And then he'll just lose it forward. Right in Burnside corner. And he's told about it.
Option block. Right out, scrum. Scrum.
You would think they would take the scrum again.
Yeah, they're loving the scrum. That's just an unlucky bounce on the roll out there with the ball.
Yeah, Marshall's got to be a little bit better with his control at the back of that.
You guys lost at the back. You had control.
Much better from Onkaparinga.
And they're disintegrating.
Can they keep doing it?
All right. You've got to hold a bit longer.
Ball comes in from Ashenford. Much better by Onkas. But again, just collapses underneath them. Marshall will pick and go. Marshall trying to wriggle his way through and just find a way through. Then they are pushed over the line and held on.
Oh.
So it'll be another scrum. This time it's 5 meters out. I think Louis Fagan is asking the question, how quickly did they go down in that front row?
Yeah.
They are under huge amounts of pressure, this Onkaparinga front row. This Onkaparinga scrum is under a massive amount of pressure as well.
Yeah, no, I think the boys are probably getting a little bit tired. What's this, 3 scrums in about 5 minutes, is that?
Certainly is. So let's see how they go again. That front row of Brendan Harding, Carney Matthews and Curtis Woolridge right.
Set.
Ball comes in. There's a second and then they get the shove on. And again, just dominant over this Onkaparinga scrum. Marshall has control of it at the back. Marshall will score. There is your pushover try. First pushover try we've seen on Spacequake Sports. Blair Marshall will get it. That is what this Burnside scrum deserves.
Yeah, they've fought hard for it and they finally got it. So I'm sure that won't be the last we've seen it today or for the rest of the year, but good on the boys.
Interestingly enough, that's Blair Marshall on 2 tries. Blair Marshall on a hat-trick. Blair Marshall has one of those names that, even though that's his full name, it just feels like that should always be his name.
Yeah, no matter what, he's Blair Marshall.
And I think he probably, as we see that, and he gets up and he's humble when he gets up.
Yep.
You know, if it hadn't popped
But
out,
it's incredible. This Burnside scrum is just dominant today.
and then they picked it up and went.
Yeah, it's definitely a force to be reckoned with. They've been working on it hard, so it's paid off.
Correct.
I think Blair Marshall is a name that you can get away with referring to yourself in the third person.
Yeah.
Blair Marshall is happy. Blair
Yeah.
Marshall scored a try.
Blair Marshall's about to go to sleep. Blair Marshall's playing rugby. That's a good tweet.
Yeah. So Keanu sets it on its way. Flags stay down.
Unlucky.
You see Blair Marshall, that's much better control at the back. Now, interesting from Troy Doughty as well, because he knows as soon as that ball crosses the line,
Yep.
it's all on. He can then go in and get it.
That's it. So
Will they continue with their dominance in the scrum? Is there anything that Onkaparinga can do to fix it? I think there's been a change in the front row.
This thing going again.
There has been, and I'm not aware of who's come on. Like I said, I wasn't given a bench. So that one gets knocked on.
Crouch.
So Burnside scrum again, just on their own 40.
I know. I want them bound right into it.
There has been a change in the front row. I don't know who that young man is.
Say it again.
not a face I've seen before.
Serious injury issues, you would think. Oh, Kurt McKinley's come on at 10.
Bind. Set.
Burnside again, just absolutely demolished the scrum. Then they will send it out to Keanu. Keanu will show, then try and find a gap. Does find a gap. One-on-one with Wall. Puts it to the boot. Golding came across and covered it. Then the kick will come. And a big, big hit just as he kicked it.
Yeah. Nah, he's special, Keanu.
Well, I did say this morning that I was impressed with Harrison Rahali, and I hadn't really seen Keanu in the number 10 role, and my word has he put a marker down today. Even to the point where Chris Hodgson, who stood over there in street clothes.
Yep. Yeah, I think
Might
Chris is
think-
still carrying an injury from
Yeah.
old Coles, I believe.
Good line-out work, and Burnside now again can really start to put the foot down and go forward. Fred Samuel will push it on, then offload it to Keanu. Keanu delayed and then went. Makes another couple of yards. Ashenford looks out to Walton. Walton will slip it back inside to Sambrook. Sambrook for looking for his second try of the game. Ashenford will look left to Green. Green will send it to Samuel. Samuel will roll around the outside, dealt with by Doughty. Ashenford to Walton again. Walton will take it to the line. Knew it was Marshall outside him, didn't want to give him the hat trick. And he'll send it out to Keanu. Keanu showed, looked back inside, tries to wriggle his way through. Good defense by Onkaparinga. Ashenford again. That time he will hit Walton. Walton will dive to ground just to restart it. Penalty, not releasing.
Holding on.
Just a little bit isolated, Mr. Walton.
Yeah.
We are in red time to the start of the second half. This is a massive test for Onkaparinga because they are on the back foot. Their scrum is getting demolished. Can they bring themselves back into this game?
Well, I'm keen to see what happens. Obviously, second half they'll be running into the sun. So yeah, that might change some things up. I'm sure that they'll get fired up at half time and come back out absolutely firing. So
So Onkaparinga lineup. We'll go to the back to Devine, off the top to Doughty, then to McKinley. McKinley will attack the line, then drop off inside. Good yardage. Stolen by Lamsam.
Very late coming in.
Then out to Samuel, and he will drop it cold. Oh, and then just swing a big boot at it. I think he caught his own play with that one. We know you're frustrated, Freddie, but settle down.
Advantage. Red ball, knock on.
See, it reaches the point, because one of the things I was going to say is that Onkaparinga need to cut out those handling errors to prevent having to defend a scrum, but even winning a scrum isn't what they want at the moment.
Yeah, it's pretty full on out there, to be honest. This will be a big contest again.
Oh, and again, Burnside just almost at will now will win. Marshall, good yardage off the back. There is an advantage for penalty. Keanu will stop, then go. Devine gets hit hard, then Lamsam will pick and go, finds another couple of yards. No half back there, so Louis Fagan will go in. Would like to see the old dive pass from Louis. Now the advantage is over. Little touch onto the boot. All about the boats! Try scored!
Is that Joe?
I think it was the number 11. I think it was Fraser Green. No, it's not Fraser Green, it's Joe Ashenford.
Everything before it. Did he get it down? I think, and no knock on? Yeah.
No knock on. Got it down. Try scored. Excellent work. Came a foot race. We will have a look at it. Just a little pick and go from Ashenford. Kicked it around the outside. Hard to tell at that speed. We know we're going to be able to see it slower. Don't worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a definitive answer.
Yeah, that's another one that I'm not going to hear the end of. Housemate there.
Did very, very well. Onkaparinga, shell-shocked.
Yeah, it's good rugby, that one. Good vision. Nice little boot.
Just get an idea as well as how difficult these conditions are going to be for Onkaparinga. That's perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely
well done, Joe.
Fine. Has possession, all it has to do is touch grass. Keanu lines it up. Flags go up. And that is half time. 29 points to 7 on the Wojtek scoreboard. Most importantly though, the Burnside scrum is absolutely dominant. We will step out for a second. We'll be back with you for the halftime show. From me, Dave Webb, and Henry Hamilton. Stay where you are. We'll be back with you very, very shortly. So half-time here at Kensington Oval, and it's really been a story of set piece with this one. The Burnside scrum, absolutely dominant, and doesn't matter whether it's their put in or not, they're just destroying that Onkaparinga scrum.
Yeah, that's it. It goes down to basic rugby. You know, you taught it as juniors coming back through, but the amount of power and effort those boys put in their scrum is, yeah, something different.
I think because you look at Onkaparinga, and certainly early on, their line breaks and stuff, they looked very, very dangerous, and you thought, oh, this could be a big day at the office for Burnside. As Burnside have settled down and they've got their scrum going and their scrum working, it doesn't matter what Onkaparinga do in the backs. They can't get any platform to work from. That's it. Look, Burnside's structure and set piece out there is something different this week. So really strong, really amazing. I'm sure Onkas will come back out firing. They always do. They're a real hard team. So pretty keen to see what this half holds. Well, we've already talked about the conditions in this one, and it is going to be very, very tough. These shadows are getting longer and longer and longer. It's still quite warm. It's still quite nice. There's not much wind to speak of. The goal kickers would enjoy that one, but Onkaparinga just missing a little bit of go forward, not being able to build a platform off a set piece means that they're a little bit shaky and they're relying on open play rugby. They'll want to fix that set piece. They'll want to fix that scrum. Whether it's something that can be done in half-time, I don't know. Stay where you are. We'll be right back with you for the second half of this one from Kensington Oval. Less than a minute gone and they are inches away. Doughty will stumble, then he will hand it on. Looks how close they are and they have gone over. Within a minute, we said Onkaparinga would come out quickly. They have, and that is the first try of the game. Watson will show and stay. Make half a yard afterwards. Now Onkaparinga, and Tilaki will go over. Tilaki will score. Burnside in red time. And again to Adcock. Adcock will find Finney. Finney will put the foot down. Finney, I think he's got over.
Gibson's made the gap. Here we go. Look at that. Yeah, good movement. Great move, just good running line. Paddy.
So we are back and we are about ready to go. Onkaparinga will start us off for the second half at Kensington Oval. They have to fix the scrum. Without a platform, they can't go anywhere. Yeah, I'm sure that was talked about at half time, so probably put some strategies in place and it might be a little bit different this half. Well, let's hope so for Onkaparinga's sake. Another good high restart. And it forces the error early. Reece Gerd will pick up, try and find a little bit of space. Dealt with eventually. Then it will come out to this near side.
Just come back for the knock on.
Come back for the scrum. It's probably not what the words that Onkaparinga want to hear at the moment.
No, but let's see if they've sorted their issues.
Very close, yeah, so that's why we're coming back for the knock on.
I mean,
yeah, you just about lost it there, Rick, so I came back to the knock on.
I don't know, to be honest. Like, can you change your personnel quick enough? There isn't a change of personnel. How do you fix it? I think Devine has moved from the back. Maybe they've tried to get a little bit of extra weight at the back.
Crouch!
Yeah, let's see if it helps.
Set! Ready! Ready!
Doughty. It is better from Onkaparinga. They get a platform out to McKinley. McKinley will drop it out the back to Wall. Wall does a bit well. Now they will go to Gerd. Gerd versus Meredith. Meredith just hanging onto a leg like a toddler.
Advantage offside, blue.
Offside in the middle, so Onkaparinga can again look to build a platform.
2 centres.
The difference from that scrum. Doughty wants to go, does go. Shows a couple of times, then is dealt with by Samuel coming across the back. Back it will come. Slowed down, settled down. Very, very close to that line. Onkaparinga doing everything they can to get over it. McKinley shows on the inside. McKinley will work over. That's the start of the second half that they wanted.
That's what they needed as well, so good work, boys.
It's amazing, isn't it? We talked about the half. We talked about the scrum in this half-time break. We talked about it as we started it.
Yep.
And they fixed it somehow.
Yeah, let's hope
it was just desperation, I think.
I think so. So, look, let's see if they fix it for the rest of the game, if it's just a one-off. But look at that, one strong scrum and they get a try.
And McKinley, I like McKinley in the first 5'8" position. I think he really, really attacks the line. And because he attacks the line, it makes the defences work a little bit softer on him.
That's it, drag some defence in.
Guest in the commentary box.
Yep.
I'm always happy to have doggos on the show. So Doughty will try and restart.
Nice kick.
Flags go up. Doughty will kick a conversion.
See if the Suns any help for Burnside here.
Cool.
McKinley attacking that gain line, ball in two hands, means that the defence can't commit on him.
Truth. Red trying to speed it up a little bit. They don't want scrums, so surprisingly.
Well, lovely little bit of comedy from Phil Jones.
Yep.
The restart from Keanu, nice and high and into the sun, dealt with relatively well by Takiri. Doughty at the back. Out to Wall. Sandbrook told to leave it. Then they will go out to the left-hand side to Devine. Devine will step back, offloads out the tackle again. Then they will roll forward. Out touch, so Burnside will have a line out just inside the Onkaparinga half.
No, on that.
Keanu cramping up a bit there, is it?
I think so. Hopefully he'll pull through. It might just be a little bit muscle sore.
Come on, young man, you're like 12.
21.
Should be made of rubber.
19, if that.
Good line out. Now they will look at the driving maul. Lamsam at the back, as per usual.
Keep it up, Red.
Line is going forward now. Still going forward. Onkaparinga have done well to stop that momentum. Then it will go. Ball is out. Ashenford to Keanu. Keanu will show, then send it to Green.
Tackle.
Ashenford back out to the right-hand side to Marshall. Marshall nearly had it intercepted. Fred Samuel will work down the line. Fred Samuel, I think, tried to put it on the boot. Dropped it.
Forward, yeah. Option. Lock 9 out or scrum.
Loving his work today, loving the invention.
Yeah.
I like what he's trying to do.
Nah, he's a great player, so another one of those forwards who thinks he's a back sometimes. And
I don't mind it.
nah, not at all. Good running rugby.
Again to the back to Devine. Doughty will send it to McKinley. McKinley happy to just give it to Gerd. Gerd, who only has one direction really.
Yeah, it's straight and hard.
McKinley looks back inside. Doughty will send it to Golding. Golding looking for a gap, can't find one. Advantage. Oh, Nigel Lamson getting caught offside at a ruck. Doesn't happen very often. Oh, there's a... Doughty went down awkwardly.
Lost forward there, guys.
I think after the grief I gave him last week, he's never going to show an injury at a broadcast game ever again. I'm absolutely fine, nothing wrong with me.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Very, very nearly, but he just went straight to that right shoulder of his. And then was like, nope, nope, can't show Dave. Dave will be suggested I get substituted. So McKinley. See the strapping on the right hamstring, so that's the good hamstring for him. Certainly doesn't want that left hamstring of his to be any issue. So Onkaparinga with the line out inside Burnside territory.
3-5, numbers blue, that's good.
The shadows lengthen and come across the field.
Come up. Come up. That's good.
McKinley delays and gives it to Gerd. Gerd will make another couple.
Fine.
Stolen by Burnside. Walton again loves that left foot. That's not a bad one from Walton. Wall has a blue wall in front of him, has to just clear it.
I don't know.
That's the question.
I'll try and keep an eye on that. But
The question that Doughty's asking is a fair one, and it's something that they're trying to get out of the game.
Yeah, with a pilfer. So is that for Kieran when he took the ball, was it?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see from where I was. Let's see whether we have a replay of the last breakdown with the turnover. The Burnside lineup will go to Walton. Now they will look to start that driving maul again. Sambrook will break off the left and take on Doughty. Doughty does enough, but Lamsam in and out. Feet to the back and Lamsam will go over. Lamsam with a little celebration to the camera.
Yeah, he's loving his rugby, isn't he?
Good in and out. Winger's feet from Lamsam.
Yep.
Any subs over there? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just get them on, that's all right.
In and out from Lamsam. Big smile for the camera. That's what we like to see. Sambrook was the first one. Took on Doughty. Good offload. Loves his rugby, Nigel Lamsam. And I think that's about as close to the same haircut in 2 times seeing him that I've ever got. Still looks a little bit different. Not as coiffed this time.
Yeah, no, I'd hate to know what his bill is at the barber. Sure it's in the thousands.
Per week.
Yeah.
Sets it on its way. Looks good for me. Flags go up. We just see Sambrook sees that there's not much happening on the left side, and off he goes. Doughty kind of left isolated, and then Wilkins has got Lamsam, and broke his ankles. Just a little in and out in the prop and stop. Got him. Got him to where he needed to be. Good wingers finish from Lamsam. Takiri again doing everything he can. Wilkins will win that one. Oh.
Yeah, but he didn't have to pick it up.
Penalty.
Easy, guys. Back it up 10. He was offside. He shouldn't have picked it up.
I thought the first one was off, Troy. Oh, Meredith. It's the halfway though. See, look over here as well. This
That's it.
young Ben has given the
It was off the other player,
halfway.
wasn't him? No, it didn't. Time off.
Well, yeah, he's down again, and that's that calf
Cramping the
again.
calf.
Is it cramp or something worse?
It didn't come off him, it came off another player. He stand out the side, so I said, play on, because it went backwards. He then came in, because he was in front of your player that last played the ball, so he's offside.
Okay, if it's
That's the problem.
If it's come off our other player, Teabag has then picked the ball up from behind the player that you're saying it's come off. So again, he's still
Teabag,
offside.
that's a different
That's
name, isn't
his
it?
nickname. Troy Wilkins'
Do not want to know that story.
He was in front of him. He was offside. End of story.
Well, he's made the decision. I mean, at the end of the day, like, and even if we could look at the replay, which I'm sure we will get a chance to look at the replay while Keanu is getting looked at, it's not going to change what it is. I mean, ask what he's given, then go, well, okay, this is what you've told me.
Ready to go?
He's not going to go back and change it.
Yeah, no, not at all. Goes back to the boys playing what's in front of them.
I mean, I understand it. Like, I understand Troy's frustration. Walton again. Driving more will come again. Devine works hard to try and get rid of it. Keep an eye on Walton and Devine as they renew acquaintances. Yeah, side entry.
side. Round side.
That's another one. Have a look at the video again.
Troy Doughty needs to be careful. And he's been marched 10.
Not quickly. Not quickly.
Been marched 10. Just needs to... Yeah, the mall's still there.
Yeah, you
I
can't
think
come straight in there.
When
So.
Troy sees the video, he will understand.
Yeah.
Well, this is, we talked about captains and referee management and stuff like that. Troy needs to take a breath now and possibly hand over that responsibility to Kurt McKinley for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, I think so. So I think they just need to cool their heads a bit and reassess.
Again, here comes the driving maul. The ball is at the back, still at the back, and again, Troy Doughty comes in at the side. Held up over the line. Scrum.
Down short. Having the scrum.
It's down.
I'd already blown it. Let's go.
It's a 5-metre scrum.
Attacking ball.
Yeah, I think we'll see this one pushed over.
Well,
we'll
they'll
try
certainly have a go. Onkaparinga in the last one did a little bit better. I do wonder whether
Let's go here.
A crouch.
Troy Doughty just needs to be careful about getting that referee offside.
Set.
Don't forget as well, Marshall is on a hat-trick. He'll want the pushover.
Yeah, and look, they're going for it.
That's gone straight down. I think the arm is out. Marshall will pick and go. They are playing advantage. Ashenford to Keanu. Keanu will send it out. Then back inside to Green. Green tries to find a way through. Can't find a way through. Ashenford to Walton. Walton will attack the line. Comes off the foot. Now you would take the scrum. Ask for it. Ashenford straight away asking for it.
Yep.
Scrum. Keep it up, please, front row.
They, you know,
No, he didn't.
they are asking the question. Again, I'm not a big fan of it. Should be looking at a card here. What you would be looking at is a penalty try.
Yeah, 100%. If that front row goes down again, I'd expect nonetheless.
Come on, guys.
But that being said, Blair Marshall wouldn't want that because he's got
No.
hat-trick.
Bind. Set.
So, Burnside scrum, 5 metres out. Here it goes. Marshall doing everything he can to keep it in. Again, it's been gone. There it is. That is the try. He's given a penalty try. Blair Marshall
Stolen it from Blair.
Blair's no. Penalty try. We just restart. There is no conversion. Just a 7-point try.
He went early, got the ball before it went over the line. Troy went early. You put your hand on the ball before it reached the line. It was still in the scrum. Still in the scrum. All right? That was the problem.
Here, another one that Troy looks at.
But that was what I saw.
Yeah, I think he's got a big day of reminiscing tomorrow.
Put your hand on the ball before it was still in the scrum.
Sorry, Troy. I can't back you up on this one. You'll see from this replay.
Take your pick. Basically, they went early and put their hands on the ball before it was.
Yeah, when he sees it again, he'll realise. Keanu underneath, but Wilkins, teabag. Much better that time. Now Onkaparinga can go. Staring down the barrel of a second straight defeat and a big one. Devine gives it back. Doughty will look to go through the middle. Desperation rugby from Burnside. Ashenford will send it on to Tony Barker. Barker will get over the 22. Ashenford again to Marshall.
Watch out for any hides, all right? Leave it red.
Ashenford out to the other Barker and to Louis Fagan. Ball's going to come back. Walton straightens.
Lost.
Through the middle, they're okay. Keanu puts it on the boot.
Okay.
A little bit of a horrible bounce, and it will go to Golding. Golding will go to Wilkins. Wilkins will try and beat the first one.
Advantage.
As Onkaparinga get a little bit frustrated, some of the language will come through. We apologise for that. This is a family show, Troy.
Advantage, not
They are getting frustrated. Now they have the advantage for not 10. That one's lost forward, so we'll come back. It's a couple of players now talking to Mr. Jones, which, you know.
No, you can't take it quick now.
Yeah, I think they're all got to take a step back, just settle themselves. Yeah, that's it. Cool your head and go again.
No.
Points? Nope. Not interested. We're going for the big ones, which is fair enough. And the other thing is as well, it's 38 points to 14, and there's what, 20-odd minutes to go plus stoppage time? It's plenty of time. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, Onkaparinga.
Yeah, no.
You can't then grab him when you're on the ground.
14 points in it. If that, no.
I mean, it's a decent lead. We both take our shoes and socks off to try and work out what it is.
Math was not my strong point.
That one is stolen by Marshall. Knocked on though, so Onkaparinga scrum.
Just lost forward off the blue. Yep. Yes, you did.
So Liam Devine,
Red ball.
back at number 8. The responsibility will come back onto him again. If he feels that they're going backwards, he has to settle it and get rid. Has to get his hands on it as soon as he can.
Bind. Set.
Oh, down very, very quickly, but the ball's not in, so it's a lot of pressure on that front row.
Same again. Let's go. Let's go, Blue. Hey, intensity A, we're going to lift now. 10 minutes. Here we go. Crouch. Burnside, ready. Bind. Set. Ready.
Body positions of the flankers for Burnside as well, or equally good, and Devine does what he needs to do. Then he will get going. Takes on Lamsam. Lamsam tries to rip it, doesn't quite manage it. Takiri will pick it up. Make another couple of yards. Has lost it forward though, and then Meredith will just put it on the boot. Golding underneath it. Ignores the cries of the crowd. Barker sends it in field. Kiana was there. Wait and see which way the arm goes out as to who it came off. It came off Onkaparing, and it will be a Burnside ball. You wouldn't like to be under a high ball over there in front of that mob, would you?
No, they get vocal, that's for sure.
Huh? Yeah, I thought not too bad. What happened in the breakdown?
Walton again, not straight.
They competed, guys, on your side. Would you like, Red? Scrum?
The scrum or line out. Line out! Don't do that.
Scrum or line out? Line out.
So there's no way it was going to be even anything else. I don't even know why Phil Jones asked the question.
You can hear the Burnside
the
crowd.
Cat calls come. Cat calls come from the sideline.
No, he's half.
Wry smile on the face of Wayne Vincent. Off the top, Devine going backwards.
Tackle now.
Doughty off to Takiri.
Let him go, Blue.
Makes a little bit after the contact from Walton. McKinley to Gerd. Gerd shows, then we'll hand off. Now we'll find a little bit of space. Looks for the inside ball, gone backwards. Sambrook has people inside, has two inside. One of them is working hard, and that is Matt Benger. Benger will then give it to Ashenford. Ashenford versus Wilkins. Ashenford will score.
Time, guys.
Ashenford will go over.
Time.
To be honest, it looked to me from my position that it went backwards. From my point of view, it went backwards.
Yeah, well, here we go. Have a look.
And that
Going
looks backwards.
Yep.
What did you see there? I was unsighted.
Number 2, Blue, knocked the ball down to the ground.
Deliberate knockdown?
Yes.
So, penalty back for Blue?
Yeah.
For Red, sorry.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, well, he's called it. I mean, like, our angle is
Get the
difficult.
number. 2.
Tough one.
Deal with him first, right? Hill market. Number 2, please. Number 2. Number 2.
Just have a listen.
No way.
I got a deliberate knockdown, okay?
No.
I got a deliberate knockdown. That's a yellow card, okay?
Oh,
I didn't see it. That's all I got.
interesting.
But I'll take that.
He's coming from their team running back.
Look, relax.
You should have.
I'll deal with that.
I'd be embarrassed. You don't deal with him mouthing off like that. Seriously.
Right. Let me deal with it, please,
Getting
Captain.
a little bit tetchy out there now.
Yeah, it's tense.
Mark, here it is. Back
It's an
to
interesting one. I thought it went backwards. You obviously thought it went
Yeah.
backwards. But you're
Oh, my
dyed
blood
in
bleeds
double
blue though,
yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah, but it looked like it went backwards to me. But sometimes you get the rub, sometimes you don't. As Doughty will try and swipe it, go and get the offload. Matthews will roll through a couple.
Leave it play.
Getting close to the line. Onkaparinga then will look out to the left. He will roll. That's the try line. Can't quite get there. Keanu will get there. Another pick and go. Oh, knocked on. Knocked on. Burnside scrum, 5 metres out. Here we see that again.
Let's get hit on this. Let's get hit on.
Right. Oh, to me, it's backwards.
Let's go, Bill. Guys, just calm it down a little bit, all right? I said I'd go back and have a look at that.
They can be calm. We're not going to be. We love it. Well, it's a talking point. I'm sure we'll have a look at that and we'll slow it down even further.
Southern guys.
Sure, that'll be
At some
discussed
point.
during the week.
Yeah, I will be discussed. I promise you that. Join us on Tuesday night and we'll have a look at that. So there's a change. Moala Ival will come on. Can't quite see who's gone off.
Ollie Barker.
Ollie Barker has gone off, so
Let's go.
we'd assume that one of the front rows will go to the back row.
Blue ball.
It's about as slow as we can get it, and it's backwards.
Yeah. Oh, well, as I say, play what's in front of you.
Bind. Set.
Certainly would have had the replay soon enough for him to see it. The question is, do we want to take on that responsibility
Yeah,
to have
bring
the
the
referee
TMO
come
in.
over?
No.
Or have a referee sat next to us and just either give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Yeah, I'm sure Graham Burrows is up for it.
I think there'll be a couple who's up for it. It certainly, you know, it's something we could do. That being said, though, the number of decisions that would require a TMO at the moment,
Minimal.
not that great.
Yeah.
And there's that voice again.
Come back out of the flanker.
Got to stay out of that 7. Out of the pocket.
Yeah, so it's the same thing, and
Got
he's
right in the
he's
pocket.
on the scrum, and I don't think it's come out again.
Play it.
He's walking a tightrope, but I think he just needs to be a little bit more clever
Yeah.
now.
We'll have time
Look, he's
watching.
trying. You can't blame him for that.
Okay, all right. Got some water.
That is the professional
Opinion from Henry.
diagnosis of, was it Henry or was
Yeah.
it?
Nah, it's Henry.
I thought it was Sean Meredith who gave the diagnosis.
Come on, guys.
So Keanu has been very, very impressive today. We'll push them down the line to around the 10-metre line
This
in
is
Burnside's
typical
half.
Onka's meltdown when they start losing. Just keep your eyes really vigilant, okay? This is when all the action starts happening.
So Moala Ival will put this ball into the lineup.
Handle, please. Good. Hold.
It's his first target for the day. That's collapsed.
No, leave it.
Lamsam has to go.
Offside anyway.
Good counter ruck from Onkaparinga.
Good.
Walton plays halfback. We'll send it to Marshall. Marshall stood up by Devine. Burnside do manage to get it going forward, but it's turned over by Onkaparinga. Then they will go. Gerd had to deal with it. Ends up with it between his legs. Does well enough. McKinley will straighten. Run through Meredith. Then take on a couple. Then offloads to Meredith.
Tackle. Let him go.
Ball will come back. Ashenford sends it out to Walton. Walton will loop it over the top to Green. Green will take on Wilkins. Beats Wilkins. Works in a very, very small space.
Backwards. Play.
Whoa, that
It
one.
was backwards. That was fine.
So that one was backwards.
Yeah, let's take that one back.
Well, I think, yeah, careful.
Sorry.
You are supposed to be impartial when you're with me. That one looked slightly more forwards. And by the letter of the law, we'll just see whether we can see as this one is on that. Oh, it bounces backwards. Was this return of the AFL tape job for Walton?
You still get the time. Well, you're on the
I
back
think it
foot.
might be.
Love the old AFL tape job for Walton. Oh no, it doesn't look like it. There's no blood there.
They got a minute.
Shoulder.
I mean, when you look like Walton does, covering most of your face in tape is probably the best option.
Yeah, it is the best thing. He's obviously the ugliest of the Waltons.
You right to go? Let's get on with it,
I say that with love.
Yeah, one of the 16 different Waltons you have at Burnside.
All starting with C.
So Moala Iva will put it into this one. Then they will go to Walton. Walton will come down with it. Slip it to Lamsam. Lamsam will try and run through the middle of the couple.
Leave it red. Ball's out. Play on.
Ball is out.
Step it, guys. Thank you.
Ashenford will hit Walton. Walton will hit Samuel.
Advantage.
Then Gerd will go.
Play there, guys, but knock on here.
Samuel's had a bit of a day to forget, really.
Yeah.
I mean, his scrummaging work has obviously been exemplary, but around
There
that...
you go. You spoke too soon this morning.
Yeah, we have spoken about that before. And
Back it up, Red.
Walton is a nuisance.
Red.
He is a nuisance.
Yeah,
Liam
he gets a
Devine
bit
is
niggly.
keep coming and back, keeps coming back. This is what, whenever you play against Callum Walton, you just have to,
Hey, enough.
like, it's not counting to 10.
Both sides.
You need to count to 100 every single time, because he will get you. And when he gets you, he's won.
Yeah.
He is a nuisance.
Thank you.
And that is said with the nicest possible terms.
Crouch. Bind.
So the 7 men of Burnside taking on the 8 of Onkaparinga. Out to McKinley. McKinley will send it into midfield. Had to have a couple of goes at it.
Too high.
Too high. I did think there was a suggestion that it was high.
Let him go. Round the head. Let him go.
Off they go. Ormsby.
No, I think
Straightens.
Callum was on. That was okay. Tackle now. See?
Wall
Offside 9.
runs over the top of Ashenford. Keeps going.
That's from the last
Manages to get through another couple.
tackle. Never got on.
Doughty sends it to Devine. Devine, you think, would look for Walton. Found him. Doughty will send it to Gerd. Gerd will send it into midfield. That will bounce its way to Wilkins. Wilkins will send it out one more.
Fine,
Woolridge
play
right
on.
will
Backwards.
lose it. Then it will go to McKinley. McKinley goes over halfway. Dragged down, still there. Golding out on that far side. Manages to offload out the tackle again. Devine went forward in the tackle. Penalty for a knock. I felt that was in the tackle.
Just off the fans. Let's go. Make a better effort, 7. Better effort.
I thought that was in the tackle, but anyway. Ormsby will find Gerd. Gerd met strongly. Doughty will send it one more to Takiri. Doughty again.
Advantage offside.
Looks to chip over the top. No advantage, they'll get the penalty.
Offside.
Really is a battle of attrition now. 10 minutes plus stoppage to go. Devine. Again, he would look for Walton. Wilkins will pick up, runs into Samuel. Then the ball goes to foot. Meredith. What? I've talked about rugby IQ before.
Yep.
Touch it down, take the 22.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Just watch him.
I have no idea what went through his head then.
No, I think the pressure might have got to him a bit, and
Time off, Red.
he saw
18.
kick as the best option.
Red 18. Dub.
He might have been thinking that it came in off of blue.
So, line out. Onkaparinga ball between the 10-metre line and the 22.
Let's go, guys.
9 minutes plus stoppages to go.
Time on.
Goes to the back. Out to McKinley. McKinley misses out. Gerd will find Ormsby. Ormsby drops it, but Gerd will pick it up. Then Gerd will go. Gerd will work hard. Takes on Meredith.
Knock on there. Knock down
Knock
again.
on. Knock down again. Another penalty. Doughty will go. Out to Devine. Devine will run through a couple. There comes the red and black support.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Off the first one. Doughty
Offside.
to McKinley. Behind Ormsby.
All good. Leave it, play.
Takiri will pick it up and go. Support is there. Doughty sends it into midfield to Ormsby. Ormsby will hit Gerd. Gerd gets hit hard. Little inside ball to Wilkins. Oh, and that's gone back. That one's gone back. Ball goes to foot. Is a foot race now. Onkaparinga will win it. Golding just missed it.
I want you over here. Captain.
Okay, so somebody wants to speak to somebody.
On the captain, please.
Just be interested to see what happens here.
Too much, all right. Been going on and on. That backwards clearly. Let them go.
Just consistency, please. That's all.
Yeah, it went backwards, all right. I want you to control your players. Start the chat.
It's a yellow card. Just for too much talk to the referee.
Okay. Wait, not at the penalty. Not at the penalty.
We've been, you know, we talked about it and we said to them they've got to calm down, otherwise they're going to lose somebody, and lose somebody they did.
That's it. So I think they might all learn from that now.
I think that might be it. I think there might be 14 players for the rest of the game.
How long ago was Kieran's? He seems like he's ready to come back on.
Yeah, it must be getting close to it. Just having a look at him running up and down in the
with the touch
background.
judge on the other side. On he comes.
So maybe Moala Ival will then go. Oh no, he can't go back, can he? Because you can't make the substitution, but you have to bring in a front rower to replace. Oh, so Sandbrook's going to stay in the midfield. Moala Ival is going to stay at hooker. To Walton, off the top to Lamsam, who'll fire it to Keanu. Keanu will send it out to Meredith. Meredith with a flat pass. Oh, looked okay to me, but I'm down here.
Yeah, it must be our angle.
Must be the angle. Backwards out of the hands is what Meredith said. He refereed a game today, so he knows. Well, I would have said it was backwards out of the hands. I agree with you, Shawnee. So, Onkaparinga scrum.
Isaac's made it on, under 18.
I've been very impressed with this young man in the under 18 games that I've seen him play in.
Oh,
Big,
he's
strong
super
runner.
strong.
5 minutes to go, 38 points to 14 on the Wojtek scoreboard.
Crouch. Burnside ready. Bind. Set. Ready.
Again, ball is out. Doughty does well out the back to Gerd. Gerd will just go straight, runs it, the youngster. Youngster does well. Where's a bit from Doughty? Samuel.
Keep it down. Back
Another
down.
high
Keep
tackle.
going.
Doughty goes quickly, then we'll look to chip over. Then gets the bounce.
Let him go.
Keanu does well with the tackle. Out to Ormsby, to Devine. Devine will ship it on one more to Moulton. Moulton will give it out to Wall, and Wall will go over in the corner.
Yeah, the defence got really drawn in there.
You would suggest that it's nothing more than a consolation at the moment, barring a miracle.
About 6 scores.
About 6 minutes.
6. Yeah. Yeah.
Good hands from Moulton. Nice 2-on-1. Basic
Yes,
rugby.
I am.
Good finish.
I worked him on the way back. Yep.
And that looks like Keanu is done for the day. He is
What's the score?
succumbed to that cramp or cough or whatever the issue is. He's done for the day.
Is this George O'Sullivan coming
Is
on?
that with this one?
Doughty wastes no time
That's
at
all right,
all
thank
and pushes it.
Okay, thank you.
38 points to 19. absolutely nothing like the score on the Burnside.
No.
I trust my scorer more than that.
Not yet. How long for the yellow? Yeah. Captain, seeing a bit of a trend to slow it down, okay? Let's keep the ball going, okay? Thank you.
One short, eh?
How long?
So Meredith will restart.
He doesn't have to come back on, but it's up Ken.
That one looks like it goes forward from Woolridge right. Burnside will build again. Sambrook, who's returned to the fray.
Vantage over.
Good strong run. Ashenford comes to the near side.
Fine.
To Sandbrook, shins and shows and goes. Then we'll give it to Green, and Green will wander over under the posts. Green will stick a fork in that one because this game is over.
Yeah, I'm sure the boys are glad with that.
How long do we have, do you know? Yeah.
It's nice to see the one-on-one, draw and give.
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah, good simple rugby that is.
Don't worry if he's gone.
Sambrook has been impressive today.
Hey?
Sambrook has been very, very impressive today.
Yeah, he always is. He was back in my team back in juniors, and spent a little while over in Ireland and such.
Get on with it. Let's get
Little
on with
show and go, and then the offload to Green. Been very, very impressive. Thought he was unlucky for the yellow card, to be fair.
Yeah, well, stuff happens, so moving forward.
So Sean Meredith looks to tack on the extras. And the flags go up, and Shawnee Meredith 100% from the boot. Good numbers. So Onkaparinga will restart. Still that man down. Good finish from Fraser Green. Nice to see him back after what could have been a fairly nasty injury last year.
Yeah, he's always been a little bit injury prone, but always comes back, and he's one of those players he'll be around forever.
Doughty will restart. Good high restart again. Comes off Burnside hands, and Sambrook will get it in. Ashenford will send it to Lamsam. Lamsam showed, then went. Takes a couple of Onkaparinga players with him. Ashenford will box kick. Wall loses his feet a little bit, still bouncing around, can't quite get it under control. Sends a bouncing one to McKinley. McKinley has to come back, and we'll send it back to Wall. Wall will offload out of it to Takiri. Takiri will work hard against Partington. Good pilfer. Sambrook will send it to Marshall. Ashenford. Partington. Partington will offload to Benja, and Benja will put the foot down. And as if you didn't know before, you know now. As Benja will score, Burnside will finally stick a fork in this one. That is it. You would say that there is no coming back now. Extra man telling. Partington does well. Gives it to Green. Gives it to Benja. Benja just puts his foot down. Then we'll go. Already discussed between Sean Meredith and our referee, Mr. Jones, that he'll take his full allotted time to kick this one. Business-like from Burnside.
I think everyone's had more than enough.
50 points to 19. I think this would be it.
Time's up.
Sends it on the way, over the black dot. Flags will go up. 52 points to 19. That
What a game.
it's not a result we would have expected when we came here today as for a top two clash. We would not have expected it. But that's what we got.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Burnside looked very, very good, and the big thing for Burnside was their scrum today.
Yeah, it's massive, and always helps having the home ground advantage.
Cheers, guys. How's the arm? All right.
Couple of talking points that come out of it. We will talk about it through the week. We'll have a look at some of it. Burnside just did what they needed to do, and once they got that platform in the scrum, there was not a lot that Onkaparinga could do. If you're not launching from a platform, you can't do much.
That's it. You need to build the foundations before anything.
So as the sun goes down at Parkinson Oval and the temperature drops, ladies and gentlemen, what an afternoon of rugby we've had. We will do it all again next week. From myself, Dave Webb, and Henry Hamilton, from a chilly but picturesque Kensington Oval, we will speak to you again next week.